from the Copenhagen Game Collective. It's a really obvious name. So, my name is Amani, and I'm working with games that experiment with technologies, and I think it's important to make interesting social situations. And then also, like, doing stuff to promote games culture. Right now I'm doing a PhD in Melbourne at RMIT, and I work with the Copenhagen Game Collective. So the Game Collective kind of, the games that we've been making really focus on physical and social play, and I'm going to show you some examples. This one was from 2008, and this was the one that they got together, just a group of individuals at ITU.
Something on this.
I know. I'm going to show you something. And then they made this game. So it's a game for 2 PS Move controllers, used for a game of back and forth movements generating sex noises played in the dark. And they took this one to Indicate, and this is the video from Indicate. Maybe I'll put some sound.
Yeah.
So for this one, they won the award for most fun game. So when they came back to Copenhagen, they decided that they should have a name for themselves. And these are one of them is Diana, Lau, Patrick, Sebe, and some other people who were Doug Wilson, and some people who were there at the same time. And I have some links over there as well. Another one is Button. Do you all know Button?
No.
I've been showing the students all your websites.
Well, maybe you can do So this is a game that revolves around playing with your controller, and these are the instructions you follow. These are your avatars, and then you follow what it says. And the game basically does not really take stock of what you do. They don't track your movements or anything. You just do this. So it's more about the cultural situation around the game. It's unusual for a computer game, I think, because of that. Because it's not. How do I do? And a more recent one that we did is Magnetize Me. I can play it here. And there you can recognize someone there. It's really good. It's a kind of twister, like 3D twister body game. With you have to move to the rhythm. And as long as you don't detach from each other, you get the points. This is an outfit. So this is the last round where you have to connect 2 sides. We have a new version now with many players and dancing and spinning. I don't have any videos like that yet. But I think maybe so I think we are kind of something between a community of practice and a community of play, because we play a lot together, and we get a lot. There are a lot of people around in Copenhagen who come to play with us, and now because we've been making events for a few years now. So we and like our background is from the indie games. We do the Nordic Game Indie Night, which is part of the Nordic Game Conference, and then we have submissions and an exhibition where we choose the nominees, and then there's a jury that we invite jury from overseas to kind of choose the best ones, and then there's a winner and an exhibition that is connected to the Nordic Game Conference. And so basically we do, so it's like an event that not only, it doesn't focus on the games that we make, but we want to change the focus to games that people make around us in the Nordic region. So to bring exposure to those kind of games, we do stuff like this. This year we had the 5th one. And the reason why, I think, like often in the indie games world, there's a huge focus on individual designers. So we wanted to make a collective. We were inspired by collectives like Kokoromi and in Montreal. And I wasn't there right at the beginning, but you know, this is the story, so I'm just representing them. To put a focus on how game making is really a social activity. So that's why we wanted to point out that it's a collective activity and take the focus away from the individual and kind of pool our resources so that we could have a more collaborative community, also play together and be inviting others who wanted to join. And like kind of foster this situation where not everybody is always working on the same game. Everyone is doing their individual projects, but everyone is open for collaboration, and then we use our resources together. And we've been talking about what kind of I've been trying to figure out what kind of system or what kind of collective we are, and I think a AHRC maybe is. Have you ever heard of that word? It's like people come up with things, and then whoever does it takes charge of it, and that's basically how it works. It's very kind of non-hierarchical and very informal. And so we've been doing. This is a street party in Copenhagen that was part of the Copenhagen Street Music Festival, Distortion. And then we also do parties. Kill Screen versus Scandinavia. Scandinavia was like a big party at GDC, which was quite successful, I think. The earlier picture was there. And then we also kind of got sucked into things like the things that you do in outdoors. This is a picture from You Are Go. It's one of your pictures, and this one as well. And this is the Danish clapping game, and this is Johann Sebastian Joust, and that's where I met. I also bumped into these guys out there, and then we started talking about if we should do something more that we do outside of the streets, and how about those different types of games. Then we said, and then we were, and I think having conversations with the Invisible Playground people. I think Doug was at that point, and inspiring play festivals, and then. So there's Game Jam. This is another Invisible Playground picture.
Oh, yeah,
That's Jenny. This is Ida. Have you saw anything about that? And so the this kind of camp, it actually made it, going there made us really think about how we could like explore different types of play in different places. And this is Excel Game Jam. That's another game jam that we do in Denmark. It's more for digital games, but that's where we came up with Michael Tyson and Idiots Dynasty, and we developed it there. And this is this is a picture from Root. And there's a good talk by Diana where she argues about why you should make a collective in your area, because the whole idea is to have like a local scene and not always rely on the internet. And so we try and work in as many different kind of live contexts as possible. So we make Woot, the Play Festival. This year was the second year that we had it, and we made so I organized this event in the Maldives, which is like this is the city. It's like this crazy dense city. We went there last year, and then we were 11 game designers, game makers. We made 9 games. We made a bunch of events. So this is us playing bread on the beach. This is us trying out very new controllers and trying to play Joust. It was a really strange context because they had just had a military coup, and when we had our final event, it was hard to get people to kind of come out and play when the events weren't little, when it was really public. It was difficult. Everyone was really self-conscious, I guess. So I'm just going really fast through it. This is Jelly Stump, one of the games that we made there. It was really hot, so we ended up making games for the weather. These things are attached to your wrist with elastic, and they're move controllers inside lots of condoms, so that to keep it watertight. So it is really inspired by Turtle Wushu and those kind of games. And you can play it individual or in a team. So here, this is us. After the Maldives project, we took it to Venice, to the Venice Biennale, because that was the excuse to go to Maldives and raise the funding to go there. And we played it at the flooded St. Mark's Square. And not many people wanted to play with us there. This is Patrick talking about it, and it's on the GDC Vault, so you can watch that if you want to learn more about it. And then, so like, what next? You know, we have research communities and like design communities. We are involved in different countries, and then I think there really are these little play movements around the world where where we are also designers and we are also players, and we get together and we discuss, but we are also all very different and coming from different backgrounds. So I think there's a lot that we can get out of it and make our work deeper and have like kind of meaningful conversations about what we do. So I'm really excited, and we are in the Copenhagen Game Collective, about what we can do to work together. So that's it.